Hello, my YouTube world. This is Johnny Moe coming to you with a video, very special video of encouragement for some of the people that have been bullied today. And what do you say about that? You know, I've been, the last couple of days, doing some research on some particular mowers I've been looking up. And I'm coming across some of the couple forums I'm involved in. I'm coming across a lot of fertilizer questions. And I see people getting hammered who are asking legitimate questions. And people are hammering them. Well, maybe if you were licensed, and certified and licensed, you wouldn't have to ask these questions. And they beat them up. They act as if they're freaking zombies. They act as if, you know, like you never had to learn something. You act as if this book right here, if I read this whole book, the Pennsylvania Applicator Certification Core Manual, or if I read the turf grass problems of Pennsylvania, or if I read all these little manuals that I had to read to pass my test, that I would be an expert, and I'd be able to identify the chemicals, and I'd be able to pick up the right fertilizer, and I'd be able to go out and run a perfect application because I'm now a certified license. This is crap. I hate bullies. I can't stand when people get bullied. I've been licensed since 1999, 99, 98. You know, I got out of it for a few years. Then I took the test again. I took the test 3 times and passed it. It's silly. It's silly to think that just because you have this knowledge, there's nothing in this book that teaches you about fertilizing, actually applying fertilizer. There's nothing in this book that teaches you how to actually get on a lawn, identify the proper thing to use, and actually do the application. You know, a person asked if Lowe's fertilizer was any good, Scott's. And someone said, no, it's homeowners. This is a problem. That makes me think that maybe you didn't take the test to say that Scott's all-in-one bead isn't the best. It's the best brand you can use. The reason why the pros don't use it is only one reason, because it costs too much. Even Scott's division doesn't even use it because it costs too much. Why? Because they can't. It would ruin them in business. You got to make money. That's why we go to places like Let's Go, Agrium, and different places. And oh man, it makes me upset, guys. I apologize. Whoever's being bullied out there, I apologize that you're not finding the information you want, because you got a bunch of high-minded people that just because they call themselves legitimate, well, because we're insured and we have the BU numbers on the side of the truck. Who cares? It doesn't make you a good applicator. It just lets me know that you actually passed the exam. What's the need to pass the exam? Because it's a law and you should follow the law. We like to, you know, if your first thought is if you see someone in your town that is, just getting started, and you can tell they're just getting started, if your first thought is, oh, they're lowballers, they're ruining it, man, that's terrible. Who are we as human beings if that's our first thought? You know, what about giving them a hand? What about going up to them and giving them some information? Help put them on the right track as human beings, because that was once us. You know, how did you like it when you were around, you first started up, and people came up to you and laughed at you? I didn't like it very much. You know what I mean? So I want to say I'm sorry to everyone getting bullied. Should you get your license? Yeah. You know, and this idea of this, oh, you're insured, you got to have this insurance. I didn't have insurance the first 4 years in business. You want to know why? Because I couldn't afford it. I had to either eat or pay for insurance. I took a chance in life. Man. And it happened to work out. I'm not going to say it's going to work out for you. But listen, and I'll tell you another thing about insurance. Here's another good one. You know, listen, this is so funny. I've never got asked from one commercial client to see my insurance. Never. Nobody asked. In 19 years of business. Do you know who asked to see it every year? I subcontract myself out to one person who lives a little further out. I take care of the property. He's the only one. He's the only one. Now, I have insurance because I have a family. The risk of what I'm doing outweighs the benefit of not having it. Meaning, if I got sued, a $3 million policy over here looks a lot better than my personal assets. Okay? Well, Johnny, you should be a chapter B, 8, 5, 6, and 7, or LLC, and you got to do. I mean, listen, I have a lawyer. I sit down with the people that are in the know. You have to make so much money to make that tax loophole worth it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go, I'm going to make $50,000 this year, and I'm going to be subchapter 8 and 67.5B. And guys, don't let people push you into this silliness. I'm an LLC. I'm an LLC. I'm a limited liability corp. You know what that means in a court of law? Absolutely jack. When I was going to do this, I sat down with a very nice lawyer, sat and took me down the list of why it's not the best idea. If you're not running your finances perfectly, and I mean perfectly, in your business, that LLC in court could be turned into a personal, they can get at your personal stuff just like that. Because you did something stupid, as little as, as little as not claiming the right things, as little as, even this, not having a business account that you can't just go to and take money out anytime you want. If you're an LLC, you can't just go to the bank, I'm going to take out $5,000 today and go do what I want. You can't do that. You got to run it like a legit business. You got to give a reason for the $5,000. You got to pay yourself some money. You can't just do what you want. I'm an LLC. This is John Smith LLC Lawncare. And then if something happens and they go to get your finances, well, we see here that you took $5,000 out, and we see that you bought a personal bedroom suit. That means you're using the business as if it's your own, and they attach it to your name. And there's precedent being set as we speak, because LLC was so new that there wasn't a lot of court hearings on it. And now there's precedent being set. Guys, I need you to think. And just because you see something on these forums, and how dare these forums, I'm so tired of, where's the moderators jumping in here and say, guys, not everyone's up to date. I can't stand that when I see that. I hate when people get picked on. And you know what, guys? Maybe get off the forums. Because honestly, most of the guys on there, they're not even doing this full time. They've got a side job. They have maybe 4 or 5 lawns, and all of a sudden now they're pros, and they have all the answers to every question. I don't even have the answer. I've been in this 19 years, and I can honestly say I don't have the answer to every question in this business. I still ask people for advice in this business. I'll actually I text someone last night to find out information on a mower because I thought he had information on it. You know what I mean? You ask people. And that's what the forum was originally supposed to be, a place where you can go in a community of people who's there to help you, not beat you down, not that you're better than me. Who can stand that? Who can stand that type of, that prideful, I'm bad, I'm the best, I'm on this forum and I have 5,000 posts. You comment on every single thing. You know everything about insurance. You know everything about insurance, mowing, fertilizing, and everything. And then when you see the comments, you're like, you know nothing. You shouldn't even give advice on that subject. You should be asking advice. Or you put a video out and you see your equipment and you're telling me you're cutting, $70,000 in a year and you got a 36-inch walk behind. And come on, guys. I apologize to the people that are getting beat up. Should you get licensed in your state? Absolutely, you should get licensed in your state. There's no doubt about it. It's the right thing to do, and because it's the law. People who are good people don't really want to break the law. The first thing I see when I see someone who's in business, I don't think of them as a lowballer. I think of them as a human being who's trying to better his life. And if there's any way that you could possibly help without being taken advantage of, I think we have responsibility as a human being created by God to help people. That's just how it should be. We shouldn't slap people all the time. And I can't stand bullies who do that. I can't stand it. We think we know it all. Because there was a time where you just started out with a little truck and a couple push mowers, and you didn't know anything, and you went on the forums, and you were honestly looking for help, and you're just so new, you're so excited, you're just like, I want to take over the world. You've watched videos, you've studied, and this is what we're supposed to want in America. We're not supposed to keep sections of people down so that we can make ourselves feel better. And that's not how I see it. I think if we help each other out, the community becomes better. The nation becomes better. Everyone, well, what's wrong with the nations? All I have to do is get on a forum, and I can tell you what's wrong with the nations. It's pride. It's people's ego. We want to be better than everybody else. We're not. We're human beings. We put our pants on the same exact way. One leg at a time. Unless you're really talented and you can jump up and get in your pants and pull it up. Now you're a special human being. And this is Johnny Moe, and I approve this message.